let's see here. So I need to get back to the place where I can't even afford the map. Actually, I might be able to afford the map now, given that I've done a few things. With this included, I guess. I might want to check out Songclave, just to see if there's any updates due to the fact that this just happened. Because sometimes there's just like quests in local... Gotta go to Grand Bellway. Sometimes that when you update local lore and geopolitics, I don't know what the fuck the terms I'm using right now are. When you make changes to the environment and the people and so on, sometimes the local quest hub has an update for you. For a shrine. Meowdy. Ah. Who are you? You stay close, sister. Them halls beside are crawling with haunted husks. Wandering will only bring death, pointed and painful. Please don't go too far, sister. Right here's the only safety you'll need to find within this whole cursed place. Where the fuck did you come from? You've never been here before. It's feeling almost time, eh, Bellringer? You and her who waits up there. That fated meeting won't hold forever. Ready to make your play? To oust one ruler and claim her place? I'll not deny some part of me desires that outcome. Dominance, it seems, is baked deep in my blood. Hot. As too, no doubt, for the one up top. They waited really late to give me dialogue about the final boss fight. I was just here recently and there wasn't dialogue about it. And yet, another part resists. A part... Over time, I find myself siding with more. That part wishes not to claim a monarch's mantle. Rather, it would see my freedom regained, and this kingdom's bugs unshackled from their pale chains. Remarkable idea you're speaking there, Bellringer. A world cut free. Not a wish I've had much cause to hope on, serious like. But I ain't surprised to hear you speak it. For all your helping, I've been seeing it clearer. You've still got the monarch in you, alright, and the glare of a weaver. But the ambition, that's wild different from both. If you've already guessed to my desires, sir, and share some part of it, would you offer me aid in the conflict to come? Aye, maybe. Yes. I can barely bear to tell it. But there's an idea. One rare disgust for fear of her up there sensing the score. You have conceived a method, I take it. A way to see a monarch removed. And me left free from claiming her station. Not amiss. We have. Me and what remains of my family. It's a trap, of a sort, beyond the skill of this citadel. One to go further than just her binding. You'd be just the hunter to set it, if you're dare enough to try. Silk and Soul. Is this a way of circumventing the final boss fight? Huh. I don't know what to say about that, because I feel like I reflexively want to do all the boss fights, because playthrough and whatnot. Although I did make it to what might be the final phase of it, the escalation. I feel like I would get in a few more attempts, honestly, because I just gotta keep hitting her and avoiding just getting the little gaps. It's overwhelming, but also not that insane. Like a lot of stuff recently, I'm like, I could probably do this in a bit. Grant me your aid, sir. If your trap provides a path to freedom, both for myself and your land's bugs, I may indeed choose to trigger it. What work do you require of me now to see your service made? It's my family's strength you'll be seeking, Bellringer. Us 3 old bugs still alive, spread across this kingdom, and 1 poor cousin dead and drained in swamps, choked, rotten. Each has power, raw, savage stuff. For you, they'll give it, if for their fascination at the act, or the thrill of defiance, or because they have no choice at all. And last, as the base, seek a weapon of Weaver's past. Should still be one left, down there, in their largest nest, a snare to set a rune or searing silk. Our own trap will be woven tight about it. Weapon of Weaver's past. Sir, I have opened the way above these halls and bested the white knight that stood as guardian. Child of the monarch, she claimed herself at the end. And her shell suggested it true. A being born purely from silk, woven tight. That such a feat is possible. I have seen life woven from silk before, but tiny, transient. Never like this. Aye, Bellringer, you've slain a marvel indeed. Well, flawed marvel at least. One to keep far from she was, least for us mortal sorts. Look of a child and a mind to match, but hers been up wandering these citadels longer than most. I'm losing my mind with the phrasing. Even in its long silence, wherefore you came and roused its ire. Might have seen herself this place's protector, keeping it clean and quiet as she did. Course, quiet meant most. Crossing her path found a painful end from her pin. I'd be saying thanks for the slaying, but with all the other husks now awoken and enraged, a bug's chances ain't grown by much. If and you wantin' that trap made, you'd best get collectin'. I'll point you toward what's needed as best I can. Down in the mossland, still clinging to her failed chapel, my sister'll part with her power, if asked kind enough. In the mosslands, clinging to her failed chapel? Is that the lady that's been standing here the whole game? That still hasn't really done anything? The mosslands, Wisp Thicket, Moss Home. It's called Moss Home, Bone Grave. It probably is her on the left, right? That's just been standing there, and I've been like, what's up with her? When's that gonna come up? Once again, where's the guy who I freed from that prison? Am do I gotta look into him? I need to like at least try to remember what he looked like and what his name was, because I don't remember if I ever met him again. If I just forgot who he was. In my brain, he was almost like a praying mantis or something. Some kind of knight, I think. Okay, so now we gotta go there. No updates here. Okay, looks like we got a journey. And a multi-step quest that I almost missed. Wild. Well, more game. Grand Beltway. I wonder if, like, I don't know, it's like strangely presented as a quest. I wonder if they expected you to activate the song, the threefold song. I almost said threefold recital because that's what it's called in, well, that's what the video game is called. It's really good and you should play. Even though it's called threefold recital, which is a really weird, not very interesting, it's, I don't know, it doesn't sound like a very exciting name. Yeah. Big thingy. I wonder if they wanted us to activate those statues but then not go in the elevator and then leave and talk to other NPCs. Makes me wonder what kind of status quo changes happened when I did that. Because it feels like the intuitive thing at that point is to be like, well, I did it. I feel like you might intuitively think that getting all 3 songs is a point of no return because it's a big elevator that seems like it's like, you will ascend. So I feel like by the time you, once you're in the process of collecting the 3 of them, I feel like you might try to tidy things up with your world But I think the moment you go in to turn them in, all 3 of them, and activate the song, you're standing right next to the elevator. I think, and you know that you will be when you return, because you were there before. I feel like that people will intuitively just go in the elevator immediately, because they probably planned on this being their final bit, based on what they know so far, and not plan on activating it then leaving. So that's weird. Because there was specifically new dialogue about... That was like the end game dialogue of this quest activating and being about the boss upstairs. And then after that, there's a conversation about Lace. As if they expected the trigger, like the trigger for one was before the other trigger for the other one. And they expected you to check in after turning in the songs, then go fight Lace, then check in after fighting Lace. Like 2 separate return trips. Checking in after fighting Lace makes some sense because they send you to Terminus and you're like, oh, the fast travel spots. Maybe since they gave me this, I have a reason to backtrack. But yeah, I don't know. Weird layout. Madam, I return seeking power to aid the construction of a trap. At request of your sibling residing atop the citadel. Aye, Hunter. So you managed to rouse the old fool. I've known it coming, felt it, and glad I am. The rest of my family spent far too long huddled and glum, or dead. Not me. I'd always been thinking it a waste to just take what's coming. When her up top wakes, better to fight for freedom, or grow out in a blaze. Oh ho! Maiden soul. Oh, there you go. It's not a surprise, it's you rallying us to action, Hunter. You had just the sense about you, a bug bringing change and all. Course, you're more than just a bug, ain't ya? More than a weaver. Guess it'd take someone like you for my family to dare hope at success. Go and prove your trust now, won't you? We've spent our lifetimes wishing for another path. With a bit of luck, you might grant it. Can you tell me where to go next? Tell me where to go next. Alright. I've got 2. Hermit Soul and Seeker's Soul. No, Maiden Soul and Seeker's Soul. I need Hermit Soul and Snare Setter. Snare Setter? That's a different name than the others. Cracked shell containing soul drawn from a long deceased bug. So they said that there's a dead one up in the gross part of the map. And I guess I found that one. There's still one more mask somewhere. Does somebody sell it and I haven't found that? Or I lost track of that person? Or is it in the map somewhere? I want one more mask. That would be helpful for so many reasons to find one more mask, please. Especially if it's the last one in the game. Alright, well. Back to Songclave. Since apparently he'll tell me where each one is. Just somewhat awkwardly, this process... Oh, wait. I didn't use the bench intentionally. So it should now warp me back to Songclave. Saves me the 2-part commute swap between the different traversal systems. If you're on that trap, maybe best go collecting. Buried in the Warren of Bells, at Pharloom's core, seek my sullen uncle. That one has power to spare. Pharloom's core? So they mean Ballard, right? Well, it's not a huge area to search, so at least there's that. So I'm a fool. Just the bottom of this whole thing is just right here. I just happen to take a different path and then explore it everywhere except for where he is. I looked for way too long. So the slave comes seeking the Bell Hermit. I've heard it. Wishing on a world cut free, yes? Along with my nephew up there. Sounds he's sunk as simple as you. Will you not provide your aid, Bug? This trap he plans requires power, and I suspect you're hoarding more than most. Oh no, I'll give it. Not in the hope you'll succeed. Bah! In that, there's slim chance. I give just to see that restless energy unleashed. So much foul, found and formed, generations of it, all going to waste. Better it's given a chance to blaze. Hermit soul. My part's given, slave. We've no more to need to speak. Go and spin your spider's web. Allow our kingdom's restless soul a chance to blaze. And then snares. Oh yeah, they said it's gonna be one of the people below, right? When he listed the number of places, it was like 3 alive and 1 dead. And then I think he said that one of them is specifically... I guess we're gonna go back to Bun Bottom. I guess I should have just done this at the time. Just run at the wall. It seemed like they were talking about the aliens, whether or not they're aliens or not. It seems like there's like it's a crypt, some kind of old thingy. But it's very alien spaceship buried under the crust of the earth vibe. Who knows what amount of the H.R. Geiger-ness vibe comes from it resembling being a Metroidvania and taking influences there sometimes. That room does not react to music. I'm looking around to be sure, but the go-to assumption is it's probably tied to the character we know down here. Was she singing before? Ava, I am seeking a tool, told to be somewhere in this structure. It is a snare device of Weaver make. Do you know of it? I may, lady. Search over from here, on side where the moss meets the nest. There, my mothers built their tools, old traps and bindings, small things, but tests for larger forms. I still remember their thoughts as they worked, their desperation and their hunger. Another hopeless attempt to wrest their freedom. All ended in failure, of course. If my nature expands. I have 7 memory lockets. I feel like I should spend those. Is there a thingy in here? There is. I should probably just use that bench since the rest spot isn't that far away. Anything nearby? Hunter, Reaper, Wanderer, Beast. Beast is one of the most interesting ones. Do I have enough to just like 100% these basically? Oops. I've got a lot of memory lockets, huh? Oh, it's exactly enough to 100% them. So I might have found them all then. Good to know. My nature hasn't expanded, I guess. Alright. Not sure what that standard is based on then. I thought it was the number of slots that I had, but I just 100%ed them? Unless I'm missing another crest. An entire crest and memory lockets to go with it, I guess. This is pretty filled in. I actually have to stop right now. I'll be back later to finish this. I think I was satisfied when I explored this place, and then I just forgot that, like, oh right, there, the map does actually have one more suspicious passageway up there I never get around to climbing the shaft as I meant to do. If I had explored this properly, could I have found this 100 years ago? Wait, oh wait, is there a whole zone in here? Oh. Rune harp. The whet. Old weaver recording instrument strung with silk runes. The faded runes hold a weaver's words from ages gone, a relic of Pharloom's past, interesting to collectors of historical items. Huh. Is that character going to finally be connected to this whole through line? Oh, that opens. This low, her gaze escaped. Prepare, sisters, weave hope anew, that we might break free this accursed web, born of our naive foundation. That we might break free of this accursed web born of our naive foundation. Well, I would like to break this place free of all of the everything that's it's operating on. It's not a good world. Ah, oh my god, I was not expecting to see you in here. Oh, I like relocated them. Ow. There's some horizontal range. Where the fuck am I now? Ah! That was rude. So this is more than I expected. Just, God fucking damn it. The fact that the screen is... Actually, so I recently saw a video that was somebody like doing like... It was a Korean player doing picture-in-picture, being like, I'm gonna do the meat thing. I forgot all the words immediately. They were doing a challenge in this game, like the one where I had to carry the meat from point A to point B with a time limit, while also doing a similar challenge in Hollow Knight, and they were doing it at the same time. And what really stood out to me about seeing Hollow Knight gameplay is I'm like, Hollow Knight, that boy was so small on the screen. He's so small on the screen, and he moves so slowly. So the platforming is so visible. You can see so much level around you compared to how fast you move, because everything's much closer together. Everything's really spaced out because this character jumps really high and moves around like crazy and can do this shit and stuff like that. So like Hornet has so much crazy mobility that the levels have to be more spread out, but she's bigger on the screen than Hollow Knight was in the first place. So we're kind of just playing a zoomed in game, which is kind of awkward for what comes to being able to see what's coming and stuff like that. But god damn it. I don't like this level immediately. Immediately it's like you can barely see what the timing of the stuff is, but they love to have timing based platforms that make it so you don't have time to react because you're stuck on a thing that's gonna go away. But if anything's hit you, you start the whole level over. That's just kind of annoying. Hey, a mask. Hey, that's maybe the last one in the entire game. I'm happy I found it. Was the other thing the thing I need for the story? Do I need to take that item and then take it to the historian character? Is that the end? Yeah, that's the last loose end here. I'm annoyed with myself for not having seen that little spot sooner. I mean, I obviously saw it way back in the before time when I was trying to figure out how to climb that shaft. Phrasing. But when I re-explored the place to go to the moss direction, the area on the left, I didn't also re-explore it to go up all the way up the shaft to go there. And then when I'm at that point, once you make it to the other one, you should be able to get here. I guess I'll leave and I'll go to the historian person and see if that reveals the secret of the snare. Because I've turned in 3 different types of items to them. I think 9 of them overall. But not 333, it's not even between the types of items. But I turned in a bunch of items to them before, and they do keep giving me some kind of information or context. Not super actionable so far, or at least I haven't been able to interpret them in any useful way. But this one's a unique, different item, so it very well could be like a special big deal to pursue. So maybe they know the secrets now. Where are those voices coming from? Fresh supplies are always welcome. You can just keep doing that run over and over again to grind for the money. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like doing that. This detour is so much longer than I ever imagined it would be. But hey, I found the mask. That's crazy. That's crazy to have another mask right now. That'll definitely help with that boss fight. Makes me also wonder if I could put the cracked mask on without losing something that I would desperately want to hold on to. But I don't know if that's the case. The blue slots are really good and yellow slots are kind of whatever for the most part. I think that's what got me about Ascendant's Grip. I'm like, there's so many items that sound valuable that the idea of just being like, oh, you don't have to slide down walls anymore. It just didn't sound good enough on average. But when you stop and remember that it's a yellow item, you're like, oh, well, the yellow items aren't very good. It's like it's replacing the shard amplifier, which admittedly I was trying to hold on to the shard amplifier to get more shards because I never get enough shards. But it just doesn't. It doesn't actually solve the shard problem, so it's hard. It's hard to justify holding on to it. But meanwhile, the shard and other thing, the shard and rosary situation is so rough. It is wild having to wear the magnetite brooch all playthrough basically, because rosaries just refuse to be collectible by any normal standards. This game is just kind of made by dicks in some parts, and that's definitely one of them. Like there was somebody saying in the comments that they wore the magnetite brooch from the beginning of the game, and that they constantly had nothing to buy with rosaries because they had so many rosaries that they just cleared out every store. And I'm like, what? It's that big of a difference, the fact that I wasn't wearing this? Like, that's a little too mandatory, isn't it? Like, this is supposed to be like, make your own build. Haha, do you need a compass or can you get away with playing with that one? And they're like, if you don't wear the magnetite brooch, the entire economy collapses. You're like, why is it like this? Okay. Yeah, long claw is really hard to justify removing. The polyp pouch, as long as if I use my tools, it makes them strong, but I don't know how much more. But it seems like it's a powerful. Like there's always felt like a powerful ability to me. And multi-binder gives me big heals. One more heal for the same amount of bits, but at a bit of a risk. It's hard to say. Yeah, I feel like I might remove polyp pouch if I wanted to equip the mask, but I don't know if the ability to take one extra hit would it really offsets the idea of just throwing a billion things at people. Womp womp. Let's see, but yeah, this thing says everything's full. Yep. So that's all full. The masks are full. Again, silk spool is full. The fact that the silk spool is filled in and the masks are not communicates to me that there must still be 4 more masks in the game somewhere, which is crazy. I could have 1 more health. Because otherwise it would probably be full, since the silk spool thing, I got an achievement saying I got all of them, and then the thing stayed full. Which it never did otherwise. It was always either empty or half, because it can't be full. Then it would spend and become a pip. I also don't think I got an achievement for getting all the masks, and I'm sure there would be one. Heavy with the past you are. Alright, hopefully this is the thing I need. Yes, this fits my collection well. Look then, look at what I have. Words of a weaver from the nest beneath bone bottom. Hide her deep the despised child, our shame shown in shell of iron. She is a wish cast vain, divinity mimicked in form too frail. Hide her deep, the despised child, our shame shown in shell of iron. That's hard to say. Shame shown in shell of iron. She is a wish cast vain, divinity mimicked in form too frail. So it's another artificial person, like Lace. I assume they're talking about Eva? Was it Eva? Was it Eva or Eve? Sounds like I should go right back and talk to them about it. There we go. Alright, so we'll just forget the part where I fell to the bottom of the hole again. We can't acknowledge it at all? What? That's just sad. Okay, so the map's filled in a bit. There's a little more cave. It says it's part of the marrow, but you think it'd be counting as part of the deep docks. I guess parts of the marrow have lava? I don't know. Maybe. What's this here? A bell? I don't know if that's a door an icon I forgot to remove. I think it might be. Oh, I need an ornate key for the diving bell. Or an ornate something, probably a key, because, you know, that's the thing that's locked. I am lost at the moment on the current objective. Unhelpful. Okay. That's suspicious. Finally, one of them's actually doable. There's so many goddamn skylights in this zone, and they all just don't actually go anywhere. Can't believe I'm still finding more in this zone. Snare setter. Alright, well, that's it. I found the thing. So now we should be able to get the fuck out of here. After a lot of false starts and confusions about what to do next in this zone. Well, I'm glad. Glad I got to obsess over it a bit, because I ended up finding an entire extra mask shard, and that's serious business. We're going back to Songclave now. Oops. I was so right. I was talking about my, like, fear of continuing the game. It's a weird feeling, but like I've genuinely been like afraid to continue the game. Like once I hit the moment of like, wait, I've just been like wandering around and trying to do the whole map for ages, and that's felt fine. But then I hit a point where it's like, wait, I don't see anywhere else to go. Do I have to finally continue the story? It feels like that moment that you continue the story feels like a snuffing out of opportunities and outcomes and so on. There's so many more things that you might be able to find, but because I'm recording a Let's Play, I also don't want to sit there and aimlessly wander around for 6 more hours. But I'm like, if I can't immediately think of something to do, I'm like, I guess I'll do the story. But what if I'm wrong? And I end up wandering out here and uncovering an entire goddamn quest chain and the last mask that I needed for at least the next mask. That takes me up to 9. Now I heal less than half of my health bar with my heal. Sir, I have the items requested. Craft me your trap that we may seed these lands free. Found it all, did you, Bellringer? Then join me and let's get to the prepping. I'll be asking both your silk and your claws for the construction. Job is done. The parts are prepped. I'm heading up now to set the heavy thing. Even with the trap laid, best be guessing her on top won't go down so simple. She'll sense what's coming. The blade of yours is gonna have to do its work before the thing can snap. I'd expected such, sir. And I am ready. Set your snare. I shall attend shortly. New objective. Destroy Soul Snare, defeat Pale Monarch. Why did it say destroy Soul Snare? Isn't my goal to use the Soul Snare? So overall I have 2 objectives up there now. Ooh, 443 is actually a decent amount. At the cost of another detour. Should probably try to spend it on something. And this guy probably has something I can still buy. Definitely something. Almost all of them, yeah. Okay, so we have all of the main upgrades from him. I'll just buy this. I can't afford the snatch pick, so I might as well just get the Thief's Mark. Which will nicely get me down to having almost no rosaries left. Not that I'm that at risk at losing them against this particular boss. Are my remains still up there, by the way? Or did I lose them? I think I can't scroll up there to tell. Both objectives are listed up there. So I guess it's a choice. They talked about inheriting the throne, so I assume that if you kill her, then the energy passes to me in some way, and I like become the leader, the owner of the silk. But in a way where like the very like it's a thing where like the how do I put I can't fucking phrase the sentence. Ruling is its own prison of sorts. Oh yeah, terminus. I'm like, how do I? Yeah, I was thinking about the elevator and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, no, I can go all the way in here. So you become the new leader forever and get to just sit there. Very Dark Soulsy in its own way. The various opportunities you have to replace the king at the end of the game, and how that doesn't seem like a great life or outcome, even though it was explicitly your goal. And in most of them, I think, is to basically defeat the king and then replace them, basically. This one is, what if we trap her? Break some kind of cycle? Anyway, now I gotta relearn the fight, because it's been a bit since my last attempt. It's literally a different day at this point with how much of a detour that all turned out to be. Oh. Ain't you come a long way, Bellringer. Granting wishes, saving bugs, even rousing my sullen family to act. The snare is set above, our power bound along its thread. To your sight, it may seem a crude thing, but there's a fair strength to it, enough to quell a god. You and your family have done me well, sir. I shall prove your faith in the meeting ahead. Aye, bring your best, Bellringer. Call forth our great pale god. Cut her weak, Then drive the beast down atop the snare. Contact made will stir the snare alight, but only your needle's song will awaken the spell in full. When the moment arrives, you'll see it clear. I have known your kind before, sir. Yours is a tribe that works and trades in power, and I am about to extinguish its prime source. Once this is done, will you truly delight in a land so bereft? Aye, well, a family's marks are all over that trap, and we've spent a hard age avoiding the gaze of our god. If we earned it now, after such open opposition, there's a bleak conclusion none of us would care for. Now, my job's done. It's time your grand business began. We'll be wishing victory to you, Bellringer, for all our sakes. Oh, everyone's just really, even the people that seem like old grandpas and shit. Everyone's like a platforming god in a setting like this. Probably helps that everyone is so light compared to their relative strength being a bug. Alright, here's hoping I can do this. I'm doing on stuff. 218, not amazing. Trying to save my tools for the last phase. Where they get the hardest to hit. I guess last phase I've seen so far. I hope it's the last phase. Oh god. Final bosses, the bets are off. You might be in a Bloodborne, Sekiro situation where like, it's a 700 stage boss fight, haha. Literally turns into a different person several times. You're like, what the fuck? Ow, I'm not really hitting them so far. Ow. Not a bad time to heal. God, she's like slightly dodging. Ah, damn it. Oh! No! No, I walked into it. Can I escape this at all? I just lose 3 health. That sucks. Ah, fuck. I do not have the jump heights down at all right now. Oh god. Alright, well. Should fully expect a warm-up warm up on my fucking ability to speak. Alright. Warm-up phase. It is like harder to enunciate than normal right now because I have like wounds in my mouth from the root canal. The tooth is fine or whatever, but they stab you like really viciously to put the anesthetic and stuff like that in. And like there's just like horrible things happening in my gums right now, even though it's been days. There we go. Maybe I did lose my silk or whatever up here. Was there one here last time I got here? I think I might have died somewhere else when I was adventuring. Oh well. Grandmother Silk. No, I still wasn't in. God damn. What a douchey attack. Ah! God damn it. Ah! God, that gets really fast. Out of control. What? That hit me? Those are uncharitable hitboxes, man. That's just phase 1. I was getting, yeah, I remember getting good at phase 1. Like, I got into phase 2 really fast at some point. Or that's phase 2 and this is phase 3, whatever. It's not, the game doesn't tell you. But I remember that I was getting up to a point before where I was hitting that point really quickly. Ugh. Not even sure if that attack is even any more dangerous when they're coming from both sides at once, because they had the same heights, so it's basically the same attack range overall. Ow. Oh god. Uh-oh. Goddamn spikes. This sucks. Oh god. Okay. No. Oh no! Damn it. I was doing well. I didn't know spikes, I didn't know boulders were there. Like, I guess it's somewhat intuitive that they often do boulders on the left side and right side at the same time or something. But like, they're dark boulders on a dark background, so I ran away from the ones that were happening on me, and I ran directly into other ones because I didn't see they were there yet. Because they're the same color as the environment, and so just the information didn't parse fast enough. Fuck! It feels like I got really far. Yeah. Oh, didn't think that interaction would work out quite that well. Definitely thought I just flubbed it. Angry. Angry. I feel like I'm having more trouble hitting them than last time. For whatever reason. I remember being able to really pummel them continuously. Maybe it was just my perspective of it being comparable to how hard everyone's been dodging lately. Now that I'm distanced from that. I just feel myself missing constantly, and I'm like, was I missing this much before? So it really is about like how much can you just keep the pressure on. You'll end the phase so quickly if you can just keep hitting them. God damn. The horizontal attacks are rough. Uncharitable hitboxes to some extent, but also they just come at you. And it's hard to maintain a specific altitude long enough. Ah! I dodged some of them by accident. Oh! I did not think I was gonna get through that! I gotta remember that you can jump over when you're in the middle. The fact that there's 3 different reactions to that attack based on where you are when it starts, it really throws me off sometimes, and I just don't think about all the different possibilities. That's a great time to heal every time. Yep. Mini tutorial. Oh. I was not sure what the range of that was going to be. Ah. She just likes to hover above spikes. Like, it gets really hard to hit her. It's rough. Ah, it still hit me. I'm not totally sure what my own hitbox is in situations like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, I didn't see them in all the chaos. Ah! Made it? There we go. Oh. Bind or needle in. They told me needle in. That's pretty metal to play an instrument that's stabbed into someone's skull. Oh. Oh. I don't think we want that to happen. Oh, Lace is alive. I don't think she's gonna be alive in a minute here. No. She sacrificed herself. Probably nothing. It's probably fine. Nothing bad would ever happen. A game by Team Cherry. There's Lace. Chakra? Took me a minute. That's a wild shape. I forgot your name. Music person. They always wanted to open the doors. They kind of took a back seat at some point. Trobio? The little old lady at the beginning. That's just my sword. Pin needle. The first sinner? Do you even have to fight that boss? Could you not know who it was? Localization with an S. Whoa. Bellheart? Actually, that's a recurring symbol in general. I pointed that out at some point. They just kind of use that throughout the entire game. Game completion is in 50 hours. It's too many hours. It's way too much fucking game. Who the fuck is playing this in permadeath? That's a terrible idea. Andrew and his girlfriend are here and they're staring at me because Shadow's in here and sleeping. Hi. Alright, future me, edit this video. We had some surprise guests in the room because I was just hanging out. Just right as the credits were going through. Alright. That's probably fine. That's interesting. That's probably fine. Well, damn, the flower field is less comfy looking when you see it from above. Oh? Well, I was wondering where the fuck that was. Abyss? Seems like I might have been right about Act 3 being in a different map. It's interesting that they just kick you out. There's like, roll credits, you beat the game. And just rely on you checking or hearing about it elsewhere. Or just wondering, like, wasn't that still Act 2? Nothing's 2 acts, right? That's weird. And then be like, oh, well there it is. There wasn't 2 acts. Oh. We had like 2 seconds of orchestra music and then just a scream. The music's gone, they faked us out. That's wild. Like, here comes the nice music, JK. Oh. I'm been forced back into Hunter Crest until I find a bench. That's gonna feel weird. Oh wow, you attack really fast with this, I forgot. Nothing's equipped! Nothing's equipped! After the fall, discover the fate of Pharloom. Well. This long playthrough just got longer.